11 Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the Simulation Football League.
And welcome SFL Nation to Compro Field in Buffalo, New York, the site of tonight's matchup between two teams who want to solidify their playoff chances. It's the battle of the champions, as the four-time champs Queen City Corsairs are hosting the three-time defending champion Alaska Storm. With the Commissioner Cameron Irvine back in SFL headquarters and Mark Lopez on stats, this is T. Roy Gaines, and my special guest partner tonight is Charles Doherty. And Charles, how's everything going?
It's going great, T. Roy. I'm excited to do a game with you tonight. I think we've got two good teams here in Alaska and Queen City. Alaska has a little better record at 6-2 versus 4-3 with Queen City. I think it's going to be a close game. In order for Queen City to pull this out, they're going to need to have a continued strong passing game, but they can't forget the running back. They're going to have to keep Jared Willis involved at some level to keep some sort of balance, because if you allow the Alaska Storm to key in on anything on an offensive side, they're gonna make you hurt.
And I do agree with that. And we got two teams who already faced each other on August the 12th, with Alaska winning 41-17. Queen City's definitely want to get the paybacks right now in today's game. And it looks like Alaska will be getting the ball first in this battle of two teams who, as I mentioned before, have combined to win 7 SFL championships. We're getting ready to start. Kickoff is next, everybody, here on the SFL on 11 Sports. And Charles, we're going to see Queen City kick off first. Alaska should be getting the ball to start today's. Actually, Alaska's kicking off. I apologize. Queen City will be getting the ball first, so we should see if Queen City will be using that balanced attack and get some points on the board to start this game. Aaron DeHue, the kicker, kicking it off, and this game is underway. Ball's taken inside the goal line, up to the 28, and that's where he is stopped at the 22-yard line. We're going to get started by introducing the star players on offense for Queen City. The quarterback is A.J. Caswell. The running back is Jared Willis, the E-back. The wide receivers, Chad Gilson, who's the one on the return. Chris Curtis, Stephen Hacker are the other two wide receivers, and James Matthew Jr., the tight end. It'll be first down and 10 for Queen City at their own 22. And Caswell fires over the middle, and it's caught for a first down. A great play by Caswell going to the logo, Chris Curtis.
Yeah, that was a great pass over the middle and a great play on first down for Queen City. I'm excited to see A.J. Caswell play tonight. One of the things I like about him, and I think maybe stands out from the rest of the quarterbacks in the league, is he does a really good job of spreading the ball around to all his players on offense. So hopefully he can do it tonight, but let's not forget Jared Willis on the ground.
Here we go, first and 10. Right now they're still going to the pass again. That pass is completed to Stephen Hacker for a gain of 5 yards. And let's talk about the Alaska Storm's defense. The star players on their defense side of the ball. The D tackle is Alice Dominguez, Big Sexy. Frank Champion is the linebacker. Cornerbacks are the Iceman, Ryan Davidson and Evan Carroll. Safeties are Ryan Tobin and Andrew Francis.
Yeah, Queen City's go ahead. Queen City's going up against a veteran core here, so that secondary is one of the most underrated, I think, in the league. So it's going to be a big test for Caswell.
And here's the first test we've seen there, as that pass was incomplete. It would be third down 5. Looks like Chris Curtis was the intended receiver. It's the important third down for the Corsairs, who are wearing all black today, while Alaska's wearing the all white with the baby blue numbers. Hopefully I can see their numbers today.
Yeah, a little hard for me to see, but I think we'll make do, right?
Yes, we will. We will get it done. 10 minutes, 3 seconds left in the first quarter. Important third down for Queen City as Caswell drops back, fires right away. The out route is complete for a first down. And that pass is caught by Stephen Hacker once again. That's his second on this drive.
Yeah, so far we've seen, Air Caswell for the first quarter. I think that's they've got Alaska on their heels, but as we start getting closer to the goal line here and the defense starts settling in, I believe it's going to be a little tougher to throw, especially in the middle.
I agree with that. We'll see if they're going to continue passing here on this 1st and 10 at midfield. Caswell drops back and fires over the middle. Dangerous pass, and that was tipped. Incomplete. And that was Frank Champion with his first pat down. As we look at the wild card race here, Queen City's currently at the 8th spot. With the win today, they'll move up and hopefully make it to the playoffs at season's end. Of course, Alaska's in the top 5. We'll see that a little later on. 2nd and 10, trips to Caswell's left. This time the feedback gets the ball. Oh, what a truck by Jared Willis. And that's a nice 7-yard gain, Charles. They finally used Jared Willis on this drive.
Yeah, that was a decent hole on the line there for the offensive line of Queen City. Once he hit that second level, it was all Willis, and he was able to show his strength and able to make a very good run, a 7-yard run there on 2nd down.
And it'll be 3rd and 3. Should be a manageable 3rd down here. We'll see what Caswell does. He fires to the E-back. He makes the catch. Good block by Curtis, and that will help Willis get the 1st down. It looks like he got his swagger back. He's feeling himself right now, Charles.
Yeah, a little bit of chess play out there. The offensive coordinator for Queen City has had Alaska expecting pass. Their first, 5-6 passes were in the air. Then they started to mix it up a little bit and caught Alaska confused.
And this time, there's no backs in the backfield as Caswell is getting ready to hike the ball. Here's 1st and 10 at Alaska's 36. Caswell fires over the middle. Dangerous pass again. It's picked off. Tip drill successful for Alaska. And that is number 50, the backup linebacker, Atima 4 with the INT.
Yeah, as we said before, as they started getting closer to their opponent's goal line, Alaska was going to start shutting it down in the middle, and it showed there. The linebackers looked like they were expecting that pass in the middle. Very dangerous throw there, and looks like that's the what is that? That's the the 9th interception for Caswell. He doesn't throw a lot of them, but on that one, it looks like Alaska was waiting for it.
Yes, they were. Now we'll see if they can capitalize off the mistake as Cochran fires it out, and it's caught. And it looks like that is their fullback, J.W. Doyle, who makes a 6-yard gain after the catch. And let's talk about the offensive stars for the Alaska Storm. Quarterback Ron. Fullback J.W. Doyle. Wide receivers are Robert Merrill, Jeff Como, and Optimus Klein. It'll be 2nd down 4 for Alaska. 2 backs in the backfield. And off is the Doyle, and he gets about 1 yard before he is stopped. It'll be 3rd down 6. Tackle made by Avery King, the leading tackler for Queen City coming in today's game, Charles.
Yeah, Avery King is clearly the leader on the Queen City defense. On the offensive side for Alaska, I think as deep as they go in the playoffs is going to be dependent on how well J.W. Doyle plays. I mean, I think he's going to be a linchpin on the offense.
Yeah, he's trying to be have the same impact that Jason Williams, the guy who I had to face later on tonight, had for Alaska during his 2 seasons here, as we saw the 1st down converted there by Ron Cochran. Receiver was Mark Myers, the tight end. We'll go over Queen City's defense after this play. 1st and 10 for Alaska. Single back in the backfield. Cochran's 2 for 2 so far. He drops back the pass and fires over the middle. And we got a flag on the play. Charles, I think we could have PI on Mr. Raines there.
Yeah, did the defensive back have his hands on his shirt? I couldn't really get a good shot there.
Yeah, actually, it's not going to be on Raines. It's actually on number 57, Jacoby there. Tim Jacoby, the outside linebacker. And Queen City fans are not happy right now. This is not the start they want to see their team get to. Let's talk about. Go ahead, Charles. Go ahead.
I mean, one of the things that's dangerous about Alaska is they can kill you in the air and they can kill you on the ground. Cochran is a surgeon back there, and he splices up the opposing defenses. He's a veteran, and he can pick out what the tendencies are and really make you pay.
And here's a pass. Ooh, dangerous throw. Number 57 trying to make up for his mistake there. That's Jacoby. He almost got the INT there, but let's talk about the rest of the Queen City's defense. At the D ends is Jeff Duffy and Kyrie Hansen, the rookie. Avery King, the inside linebacker. Tanner Hendricks and Farrell Raines on the corners. Week 7 signing Bo Fi, the safety. Also, Achilles Frank and Nacho Sicario are the other safeties for Queen City. Second and 10 for Ron Cochran as he fires outside. And that pass is caught for a 5-yard gain. That is Minson, the guy who replaced Stanley Nordellis, the 3-time champion. But he's been making an impact ever since he joined the league, Charles.
Love it. Love the halfbacks that are under 6 feet tall. 5'10", 220.
I know they're very deceptively powerful and speedy, as I experienced against the Vancouver running back earlier this season. Play action pass by Cochran. He fires to his right. Dangerous pass, and that's picked off. What a play. I'm trying to make out the number. They don't show it, but that was a nice interception by Tanner Hendricks, who's able to climb up the ladder and give his team back the ball.
Yeah, Tanner Hendricks, it looks like that's his 4th interception, and that was all him. I mean, great defense from the snap. The quarterback on Alaska, Cochran, had plenty of time. It was basically one-on-one, him against the offensive player, and he clearly won that one.
Hendricks got back-to-back interceptions. He had one last week in the win against Alaska. Oh, sorry, not Alaska, Atlanta. A nice pass by Caswell to Chris Curtis, the logo. And he's able to take it to the 26-yard line. Alaska looks like the double move caught the Storm defense by surprise there, Charles.
Yep, that caught him by surprise. I think they were expecting maybe a pass out to the flats, and caught him napping there. He got behind the defense and almost pulled it in for a touchdown.
Yeah, it looks like the Iceman, Ryan Davidson, thought that he had help and let Curtis go right by him. Unfortunately, that cost them big as Queen City is in field goal range. But looking again into the red zone here. 1st and 10 at Alaska's 26. Caswell fires it, and it's caught by Stephen Hacker, who makes a nice spin move there and gets into the red zone after that play. You see the stats so far in the first quarter. Caswell almost at 100 yards.
Yeah, he started out pretty hot, and that hasn't changed. He did throw that one interception, but I think other than that play, if he could take that back, he'd have a near perfect game.
Yeah, and they could have more points on the board, but right now they got guaranteed, well, not guaranteed, but potential 3 points, but they want to get 7 right now. 2nd and 1 for Queen City. 2 backs in the backfield. Caswell's going to fire it again, and that was a very dangerous throw, and lucky it wasn't picked off. Great job by Ryan Tobin, the 6'4", 218-pounder with the pat down.
Yeah, great job by Tobin, but also credit to the 3-line front of Alaska. They were able to put pressure on Caswell, had to get rid of that ball, didn't let the play develop as much so he could go through his progressions. Overall, good defense by both pretty much everyone on the Alaska side.
And it's 3rd and 1. Caswell's going to fire again to the E-back, Jared Willis. He makes the catch, just got the first down before he gets destroyed by Ryan Davidson, but the chains were moved. It's 1st and 10, Alaska's 15.
Yeah, that's what happens when when you're a pass-heavy offense like that. You need to capitalize on those short passes to your halfback, and that was offense 101 for Queen City Corsairs. That was a well-executed play, pretty smart call on that play. Excuse me, on that down.
And now they got no backs in the backfield. It'll be 1st and 10, and that's going to be a 5-yard penalty for offsides, but it doesn't matter. That's caught for. We got to wait and see if it's a touchdown. If it is, that'll be Stephen Hacker. But we got to see what the flag is. Should be offsides.
I vote he crossed the line.
I do too. Corsairs decline. Fans are cheering. And we We don't know. I think he didn't make it. We'll see if we see the kicker. If the kicker comes out, he definitely make it. The ref did let us know it was a touchdown, so I think it'll be first and go. Yes, it is. So it's first and go for for Queen City. Jared Wills got a fullback ready to lead the way. We'll see if he gets the ball. He will, but it doesn't matter. He gets stuffed right away. And even though we can't see his number, we can basically guess that's Big Sexy right there.
That's that was dominance on that line there. He had he gave the running back maybe a quarter of a second in order to make his move, and he was in his face and brought him down. He blew up that offensive line. They've got to figure out a way to keep Dominguez from taking over that line.
And you hope that Hadley DeMonte will be able to get in front of Dominguez. That's number 23 for Queen City, the lead blocker there, but he had no shot against Big Sexy. Second down and go. Jared Wills goes up the gut. Does not get in. He's on the 1 oomph line of Alaska. It'll be third and go.
That was close. That was close to T-Roy.
I thought he would have gotten in there, and Queen City's not challenging right now, so it'll be third and go. Can Alaska stand up to the challenge?
That's tough. I mean, they've been passing up to this point, and if you don't, you can't just go out there and do face-to-face running right off the bat. You kind of have to build up your wind for that, and it might be a problem when they get in the red zone.
Well, they got into the end zone there. That'll be a touchdown for Jared Willis, the E-back, and that's what the Corsairs fans wanted to see as they put 6 on the board.
Yeah, that's what they need to do. They need to get Willis involved, and that was very, very excellent play calling on the Queen City side. Had Alaska on their toes. There were a couple plays where Alaska stepped up, but overall it was a pretty great series there for Queen City.
So that was an 8-play drive, 74 yards. Result was a 1-yard touchdown by Jared Willis, his 4th of the season. And the extra point by Kyle Casey, the Week 9 signing, is good. We'll talk more about him after this commercial break. You're watching the Simulation Football League, presented by APM Music on 11 Sports. We'll be back. And welcome back, everybody, to Conpro Field here in Buffalo, New York. Queen City just went down the field and scored 7 after that turnover by Tanner Hendricks. And the new signee, Casey, just kicked it off. We're going to see the signees in a minute, but right now, Robert Merrill took it to the 29-yard line. And here's the people who went from couch to field recently. This is this week's signings. As you see, Kyle Casey, the kicker for Queen City, already made an impact with that kickoff and that extra point, Charles.
Oh, yeah, it's exciting to have all these new players on the field. And, it's nothing like watching your player and hearing people comment on it during the game. It's welcome to the league, and hold on tight because you're going to have the ride of your life.
And here we go, 1st and 10 for Alaska. Play action pass. Doesn't matter. He gets sacked right away. Number 53, Jeff Duffy, gets his 9th sack of the season.
Yeah, he's. I think he's in double-digit sacks right now.
Yes.
And he's between him and Hasten, they can really wreak havoc on the offensive line. That's what you need to do on Cochran. He doesn't get hit very often. He doesn't get sacked very often, but they're following the game plan in order to win this.
Ooh, that was almost caught. Pass intended to Optimus Klein. You rarely see him drop the ball. And good job by Tanner. I believe that was Farrell Raines. I'm sorry, who was able to break up that pass.
Yeah, it doesn't look like the ball was put. It was in both hands. I thought maybe it was a little behind him, but he normally catches those throws.
And coming into the season, Optimus Klein is ranked 2nd among wide receiver receiving yards at 958. He looks to build on upon that numbers today. but unfortunately the drive will end as Robert Merrill, unusual for him, drops a wide open pass.
Yeah, it is unusual, but Merrill hasn't been as much in the offensive game plan this season as in prior seasons. As you recall, last season he was a halfback switch to a wide receiver. Doesn't look like he's getting as many touches as he had in the past. A little confused why it was such a pass-heavy series. Normally they mix in a little bit of run, but I'm sure they know Cochran and folks know what they're doing.
2-2 was the one who made the punt right there. And the Week 8 signing, Chad Gilson, was the one who's returning. As you look at the chat, if you are watching us on the SFL on 11 Sports, you can also talk to the chat on 11 Sports Next, our Twitch channel, and they will be happy to welcome you in the league. If you're new, everybody that's in the chat right now are players for either Queen City, Alaska, or other teams. So please join us in the Twitch chat while you tune in to 11 Sports as Caswell fires it, and that was a very dangerous throw, and he pays for it. What an interception by Evan Carroll.
Yeah, he threw it into the mosh pit again, and he paid for it. That's Carroll's 5th interception of the season, and again, it's dangerous throwing in against this secondary. As I've said before, I think they're underrated, and I think everyone in the backfield, with the exception of the strong safety Francis, has at least 3 or 4 interceptions.
Now, on that previous play, when I said that Klein didn't make the catch, actually it was given to him, so Klein did make that catch. But right now, it's J.W. Doyle. You asked for it, Charles. You will receive, as J.W. Doyle gets the carry for 3 yards on that one.
Yeah, it takes a couple guys to bring him down. We'll see in the 3rd and 4th quarter if he's going to be able to shed past that first line of tacklers on the defense.
And coming into today's game, Doyle had 444 yards rushing, but 7 TDs. He's also a great receiver out of the backfield. But right now, Cochran got sacked. The old line was a swinging gate for Alaska. Jeff Duffy gets his 2nd sack of the game.
Yeah, Jeff Duffy's making his presence felt there, just like Dominguez is on the other side. They're doing it. They're doing what they need to do. You got to put pressure on Cochran and shut that down, and then that's the way they're going to win.
And it's a 3rd and long, very important 3rd down for Alaska. See if they can convert and stay in the game. Trips to his right. Play action pass. He fires it, and that should have been a pick 6. And that was the backup cornerback Morris Gibson, the 6'2", 200-pounder that ended the drive, but he could have had 6 there.
Yeah, Morris Gibson's eyes got as big as fish bowls when he saw that ball come to. He was thinking about the post-game interviews and signing the balls, but he wasn't able to hold on to that. And they need to capitalize. They're going to beat Alaska. I mean, they're playing well right now. It's a 4-quarter game, and they need to capitalize on those opportunities.
And there's the fair catch, and that is caught by Gilson once again. We'll be back. You are watching the Simulation Football League, presented by APM Music, live on 11 Sports. And we're back. Welcome back, everybody. We got 1 minute and 44 seconds left in this first quarter, where Queen City so far has been dominant, but they only have 7 points to show for it. But looking to change that right now. We got split backs in the backfield. Caswell drops back the pass, fires it, and it's caught by James Matthew Jr., the rookie.
Yeah, he's a rookie, but they've been counting on him a lot in this offensive game plan. He's been targeted 2nd most out of all the wide receivers and the halfback, respectively.
And all of the receivers, including Matthew, the tight end, are taller, or at least 6'5", with Matthew being 6'7". There's the out route to Chris Curtis, successful. And it'll be 3rd and short for Queen City. As you see, Curtis has 69 yards already in his first quarter.
Yeah, he's building up a pretty good game so far. Very manageable 3rd and 1. Let's see what they do. I mean, at this point, Alaska's scratching their head. Are they going to run or are they going to pass?
Yeah, it doesn't hurt that they've been very balanced and successfully been very balanced so far in this first quarter. 46 seconds left and counting. They're going to throw it. Caswell, quick out route is complete for a first down. And I believe that is Hacker. Yes, that is. Stephen Hacker moves the chains.
Yeah, smart play on 3rd down. Caught the linebacker maybe 2 or 3 steps behind. Got rid of the ball quickly. Not a whole heck of a lot of pressure on the quarterback, Caswell. And I think both sides of the ball for defense, they're going to need to keep putting somebody up in the quarterback's face.
This could be the last play of the game, depending on the result, and that is caught by James Matthew Jr. James Matthew Jr. makes his 2nd catch of this drive. And folks, that is the end of the first quarter. A quarter dominated by Queen City as they lead 7-0 over Alaska. You're watching the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music live on 11 Sports. We'll be back. And tonight's Simulation Football League broadcast on 11 Sports is presented by APM Music, Production Music Library and Custom Music House, and brought to you in part by Fuel Beyond Imagination. Visit the all-new SFLinteractive.net today by Matt Doyle Designs, official branding partner of the SFL, and by MediaTek Institute. Turn your passion into your profession. Aerial shots of Queen City are brought to you by AirViews, United by Drones. Visit airviews.com to see more drone footage. And I said it was the end of the game, but I was wrong. We're back for the second quarter. This is your play-by-play announcer, T-Roy Gaines, with Charles Doherty, with Cameron Irvine behind the scenes, along with Mark Lopez on stats. And Charles, we have a good first quarter by Queen City. Can they continue?
Yeah, they're going to need to hold on tight, but so far they've been executing their game plan perfectly.
And another person holding on tight was Stephen Hacker. Great job by him making that catch amongst 2 Storm defenders as they move the chains and get into the midfield.
Yeah, Caswell just put that on a laser beam right between 2 defenders, and Stephen Hacker was right there grabbed the ball, got the catch. Great execution.
And as you mentioned early in the first quarter, minus that one interception, Queen City's offense has been on fire so far. Split backs in the backfield. Caswell fires it over the middle. Great catch. O-line's doing a great job for Queen City. And it looks like, is Hacker hurt? And I think he's hurt. Yes, Stephen Hacker is unfortunately injured on the play. Chris Kerr is waving the medical team from Queen City to come out and check him out. Here's the replay. That should be a costly loss for Queen City after that one.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a costly one. Let's see if he can come back. Hopefully. Well, I mean, the last couple of games I've done, most of the injuries have been cramps, but doesn't look like cramps on that one.
Yeah, he got turned around awkwardly after he made that catch. He definitely sacrificed himself for his team, but would that cost Queen City at the end? We would not know. Maybe Chad Gilson will step it up.
That's what you got to do if you're a playoff team. Next guy up's got to
Exactly. And he fires over the middle and it's caught. And that'll be a first down. James Matthew Jr. makes the catch.
Yeah, I love it when offense uses tight ends like that. I mean, you got James Matthew. He's the tallest guy out there on the Queen City side at 6'7", 255. He's a mountain out there, but he's able to find the seam. He's able to catch it when you throw it to him. It's just exciting when you get your tight end involved in the offensive game plan.
And those who are watching at home, he's undrafted. He was able to get on the team and make an impact. So if you don't get drafted, you can still make a team. We'll talk about that later as the swing pass, the E-back is caught for a 3-yard gain. So how would you join us from couch to field? Well, visit the simulationfl.net and join our Discord servers, usually located on the top right of the website. As you see, check-ins will increase your value, and you can check in every Tuesday or Wednesday. Your opportunity to join the team will be next Wednesday. So if you want to be a part of our league, please join our Discord. As Caswell fires it to the E-back once again, and he gets stuffed once again. Great hit. Making by 3rd and 5. I couldn't make out the number because of those bright numbers. I got to talk to Max Paul about that.
I think that was Evan Carroll. I wasn't 100% sure. It looked like
I think so too.
I thought I saw 9 at the end there, but it wasn't a heck of a lot of yards on the ground there. But I'm glad that they're keeping Willis in the game plan.
Well, Castle's firing over the middle. Dangerous pass, interception in the red zone. Not what Queen City wanted, but definitely what Alaska wanted. Again, those numbers are killing me. I'm trying to get the number. It looks it won't show the number. I believe that is IB Lurkin, number 49, with the interception.
Yeah, I believe you're right. IB Lurkin was definitely lurking back there. As we stated at the top of the game, as you get closer into the end zone, it's less space for Caswell to work with. And if you're trying to throw those passes in the middle, you got to get him in there quickly.
Everybody, please like the SFL on Instagram at SimulationFL. Also, give Partners Nation Best a like while you're there. We really appreciate that. It's first down 10 at Alaska's 19. After that interception, Cochran fires it over to his left. That looks like that is Minson who makes the catch for a 3-yard gain. Second down, 7 for Alaska.
Yeah, the offensive team for Alaska is really gonna have to step it up here. So far, it looks like they've been out of sync, missing throws and 3 and outs, and that's definitely not Alaska Storm football.
Yeah, but they are trying to change that now in the second quarter. They got positive yards on that first play. Second down, 7 as the fullback J.W. Doyle gets a nice hold from his O-line and able to cross the chains, get to Alaska's 33, and it'll be 1st and 10 there.
Yeah, that was a very, very impressive hole there on the front line. It looks like the center Joel Mist had a really great block up there on the lineman and was able to get an opportunity for Doyle. And once he gets into that second level, he's hard to bring down.
And Joel Mist made that Queen City defender miss Doyle with that nice block. Great job by him. Trips to Cochran's left as this is first down 10. 8:05 left in the second quarter. And it's an inside pass, dangerous inside pass, but still caught. for a 5-yard gain, and unfortunately, Stephen Hacker's out for the game with a torn hamstring. He'll be back next week or next game.
Yeah, that's going to hurt. But they've got folks on the roster that can step up.
Yeah, and look for the Week 8 signing Chad Gilson to make some noise for Queen City. But right now, J.W. Doyle's making some noise as he trucked 2 defenders while he was able to get that first down. It'll be 1st and 10 at Alaska's 44.
Yeah, great blocking up front by the offensive line. Once he got past that, he was able to use or display his power there and take on 2 or 3 defenders.
And I think if J.W. Doyle is able to wear out the Queen City defensive line, that's going to help the wide receivers later on. Oh, that was a fake pitch to Minson and went to Doyle instead, and that's for a 2-yard gain. Usually I see the opposite, Charles.
Yep.
The fullback gets the fake. Oh, another injury for Queen City, unfortunately, is John Setzer, the D tackle. And Queen City is just, unfortunately, getting bit by the injury bug tonight.
Yeah, that's that. I don't recall seeing 2 injuries like that within that short time frame before in any of the games I've done.
Yeah, it's within like 2 or 3 minutes of each other, if I'm not mistaken. And it'll be 2nd down 8. We'll see how Queen City responds to the challenge, being short 2 players now. One on offense, one on defense. But right now, the D-line size that they had enough of the foolishness of Ron Cochran. That's Jeff Duffy. He didn't get the sack, but he was able to get that ball from going out of his hands there. As you see, Ron Cochran's 3rd coming into this week among the passing leaders in the SFL.
That's what playoff teams do. If somebody falls down, other guy gets up, steps up, and does the role that they need to do. And on that one, they put pressure on there. The line broke down, and that's the game plan, and it's working so far for Queen City.
No backs in the backfield on this play, and the intended receiver was Jeff Como, but Tanner Hendricks says, "How you doing, Jeff Como?" as he gave the pat down and make this a 4th and 8.
Yeah, Hendricks showed some air on that one and was able to break up the pass. The defense is really standing out here on this series.
Now you wonder why I have a. Oh wait, that's Tutu. It's gonna be back to punt. I actually had the wrong roster there, but Tutu wasn't wrong on that punt. Nice punt by Tutu. Caught at the 15, and Alaska Storm stopped them there. We'll be right back. You're watching the Simulation Football League, presented by APM Music, live on 11 Sports. We'll be right back. And we are back, and Queen City has another golden opportunity to extend their lead, as Alaska, unfortunately, has been cold so far in the first half. Queen City leads 7-0. 2 minutes. In the second half, 6 minutes 51 seconds left. Second quarter, not half. But what a catch by Ricky Matthew. Sorry, not Ricky Matthew. James Matthew Jr. There is a Ricky Matthews, but he's the punter. Queen City doesn't want to see him yet.
That was he got some air on that one and brought it down. It was a great route run. The ball wasn't perfect there, but that's what great tight ends do. They're able to get whatever's thrown to them, and showed on that play.
And we could be seeing more of Matthew Jr. and Gilson, along with Chris Kerr, since unfortunately Stephen Hacker is out for the game. There'll be no backs in the backfield once again, as Caswell looks to throw. And he had to hurry up, and he does, and the pass is tipped. Almost could have been caught by Evan Carroll with the pat down on that one. Pass was intended to Chris Curtis.
Yeah, Evan Carroll was out on the island there and was able to save that bomb pass, but also some credit to the defensive line for putting pressure in there. Both defensive lines for Alaska and Queen City are really doing their jobs today.
And a second down, 10 for Queen City. The E-back is back in after 2 plays where it's strictly been passed. Castle makes some adjustments at the line. He drops back, and it's another swing pass to to Willis, who spins off the tackle. Almost got the first down, and they decided to go hurry-up offense right now, Charles.
Yeah, maybe they like the personnel that's on there. Maybe they see some advantages from what's showing on the defensive side. They just want to keep running it.
But unfortunately, the advantage was towards Alaska as Willis gets swarmed by 2 defenders. One of them is Frank Champion, and he put the halt to this drive.
Yeah, they rolled the dice on that one. It didn't work out, but they're being a little innovative out there. That was, I wouldn't say that was a bad call at all. I mean, it was a feast or famine play.
And the guy who I accidentally mentioned earlier, Ricky Matthews, is back to punt for Alaska. Robert Merrill is the returner. Back to punt for Queen City. Robert Merrill's the returner for Alaska. And Merrill waves fair catch. And Alaska will start their drive at the 28-yard line. And Charles, what do you think Alaska has to do to get themselves back on what they normally would do on offense?
I would, I think maybe they need to start getting the halfback even more involved as far as in the passing game. I mean, so far they've only got a handful of completions in this first half, and Jeff Como's only got 1 reception, which is odd, as well as Optimus Klein. So.
And unfortunately, John Seitzer is out for tonight's game as well with knee tendonitis. So back-to-back injuries. 2 players that Queen City will definitely miss, and looks like they're going to have to step up to the challenge if they want to maintain this lead in Alaska's 4-game winning streak.
Yeah, you got to give credit to Hendricks and Raines, and the cornerbacks on Queen City. They're really locking down on Como and Klein so far.
And Hendricks was a part of that lockdown on Minson there. He was the ball carrier, a little bit slow to get up. Also on the tackle was number 90, Kyrie Hansen, making this a 3rd and 7. And please follow the SFL on Twitter at SimulationFL. Use the hashtag, make an impact, and spread the word. It's 3rd down, 7. Minson's a low setback as Cochran fires over the middle. Dangerous pass, and Alaska, unfortunately, is still cold on offense. It'll be 4th down, 7 for them.
Yeah, I think on both sides of the ball, that medium pass in the middle doesn't look like it's been working out too well. So maybe they should start thinking about maybe more sideline passes.
Yeah, it looks like Queen City is not fooled by the inside slants, which the last game I called for Alaska, that's what was working for them in that epic win against Denver, but it's not working for them right now. 2-2's back to punt. Gilson is the returner for Queen City. And here's the punt. Decent hang time there, but Gilson stopped right away. We'll be right back, everybody. You're watching the Simulation Football League presented by AP Music live on 11 Sports. We'll be right back. And we're back at Conpro Field here in Buffalo, New York. Queen City has the lead right now, 7-0. They look to extend that on this drive. We'll see what happens. But right now, he gets sacked right away. Caswell gets tackled, trying to make out the number 75. That is Charles Walker III, who's able to get to Caswell.
Yeah, Charles Walker III. He's a big man at 6'7". But what we were talking about on the break is I think it's a pretty important point that Queen City, I think, needs to score on this drive. They're letting Alaska hang around here. If they're going to take this game, they're going to have to put some more points on the board. Because they can't let Alaska stay alive.
Well, it's not going to be possible if big number 69, big sexy Alex Dominguez keeps disrupting Caswell from throwing the ball there. It'll be 3rd and 14. And last week, Queen City won against Atlanta 20-7. And they want to end the 4-game winning streak of Alaska. Their last victory was against London. They won 23-34. No backs in the backfield. Trips to the right for Caswell. He pumps fakes, and that unfortunately cost them. It'll be a 3-and-out for Queen City. As Alaska's Alfredo Masonette was the guy who stopped that play.
Yeah, you got to give credit to the Alaska secondary for it looked like everyone was covered downfield. I mean, I think he had enough time for Caswell to get the ball off. Just unfortunately, no one was open. Both defenses on this in this game are really, really controlling the game, and I'm shocked that we don't have more points on the board.
Yeah, this has been a defensive struggle so far with two teams who are capable of scoring points. We'll talk more about that after this punt by Ricky Matthews. Evan Carroll tries to put someone in a spin cycle. He able to get one, but not the other. And here's the team comparisons. They are neck and neck in points per game. Alaska 8th in the SFL, while Queen City is 9th. But you see their defenses, they are 5th and 6th in points allowed. So that's part of the reason why we got this Titanic struggle winning by the defense so far, Charles.
Yeah, they're not starting out here. Queen City's not starting out here with a good situation. Alaska's got decent field position and has a shot at putting some points on the board here with 3 minutes left.
Ooh. And they almost had a shot to pick that off, but it wasn't successful. And now it's Optimus Klein who makes another catch, this time for 7 after the toe drag swag.
I think that was Klein's second catch of the game. Third, man, maybe it's third. Well, needless to say, he doesn't have as many catches as we're used to. So credit back to the Queen City secondary.
It'll be 2nd and 3 for Alaska. Ball at their own 48-yard line. 3 minutes, 12 seconds left in the second quarter as Cochran drops back and fires. And guess who finally makes his first catch of the game? Jeff Como with another toe drag swag-like catch.
Yeah, the defender, I didn't catch who went after that, but tried to tip the ball. It looked like it was at its height, which is kind of hard. I don't know if anyone has that type of air, but it was wide open there on the sideline. It was a good pass and first down, and it looks like they're starting to maybe click a little bit, which is a little scary for Queen City.
Exactly, especially since Queen City has had many opportunities to extend their lead, but wasn't able to do so. Cochran fires it to his left. Another toe drag swag completed. If it's not broken, don't try to fix it. Optimus Klein once again.
Yeah, smart play calling. We stated earlier before the break that those passes in the middle, the media, especially from the 5 to 15-yard range, it's pretty dangerous. Both defenses have that locked down, but they haven't been showing ability to break up many passes to the sidelines.
And we got Iceman, Gervin, Minson, Mai, all happy for their respective team getting the ball, but we got a 3rd down situation for Alaska. J.W. Doyle stopped after a 1-yard carry. Number 95, Tyree Mendez was the one who stopped him there.
Yeah, there are a couple other people that had their thumbprints on that play as well, and it was overall good defensive effort by Queen City.
Oh, and another great defensive effort by Queen City as they made Alaska 1 for 7 now on 3rd downs after that sack. Kyrie Hansen was the guy who was able to get the sack there, Charles.
Yeah, he definitely did. Between him and Duffy, they're really making a wreck of that offensive line for the Storm. They're going to have to when they go into halftime, they're going to have to come up with something to stop that rush.
And we'll be right back. It's a 2-minute warning. You're watching the SFL live on 11 Sports. We're back at Conpro Field here in Buffalo, New York. Queen City was able to stop Alaska, make them 1 for 7 on third downs, and they will get the ball back with 2 minutes left in the first half. Gilson, the returner, he decides to let it bounce. Will that cost him?
Ooh.
No, it won't.
Oh, wow.
Queen City basically got lucky because Alaska decided not to down it before it crossed the goal line there.
Yeah, I thought it just died on the 1 yard line.
Yeah, I thought it did too, but ref 62 decided, we're just going to give Queen City the ball at their own 20.
Yeah, well, they breathed a sigh of relief on that one.
Yes, they reaped the rewards of ref 62's gratitude there. First and 10 for Castle, who fires it right away to Matthew Jr., who makes another clutch catch in the middle. As you see there, 209 yards for A.J. Caswell, but unfortunately 3 INTs.
Yeah, I was just looking at that. 209 yards in the first half. That's pretty impressive. If he could have just taken a couple of those INTs off.
Yeah, imagine what Queen City's score could have been if they took away at least 2 of those interceptions. Second down inches. Castle's going to fire it again to the E-back, Jared Willis, who gets the first down before after you get lit up by Carroll. But they get to move the chains again. But unfortunately, there's be about 1 minute left. They probably have to hurry up.
Yeah, it doesn't look like a big sense of urgency on the offensive side. They're going to be a little under a minute by the time they snap it, and they may not be trying to drive it in the end zone. I don't know.
And 2 backs in the backfield, offset eye as Caswell's going to fire it again. Another out route, and that's Gilson who makes his first catch of today's game.
Congratulations, Gilson. That was your first catch. Welcome to the league, and you're going to be hopefully get a couple more there with the injury situation. They're going to be counting on you. So.
Guess who's on the sideline? It's Stephen Hacker. He looks like he's healthy. Will we see him later on? I don't know. A torn hamstring. But Gilson makes the catch right now, as we see Jared Willis actually makes a great carry, and then they call a timeout, making this to 3rd and short. But I was kind of shocked to see a Hacker there. He could be coming back in. He might be pulling Aaron Arrington on us.
Yeah, definitely. That would be good news for Queen City because they're going to need him.
We tell everybody we got the best doctors in the SFL. They could be number 1 if a Hacker comes back, but it's going to be 30 inches here. And he fires it, and it is incomplete. Great job by the Alaska defender. I hope he's not hurt. Nope, that's Francis was able to break up that pass. And once again, Queen City cannot capitalize off of the Alaska possession that wind up with no points for them.
Yeah, they left 40 seconds on the clock. That's not a lot of time, but I was a little concerned that they didn't try to move the ball quicker than they did.
Either that or melt the clock more so Alaska doesn't get another shot at the ball here. Shot to put points on the board. Ricky Matthews with the punt almost got blocked. Good hang time, but Robert Merrill decides to field it and takes it to Alaska's 26-yard line. Here's the upcoming schedule for the rest of this week 9. You're going to see Seattle versus Seattle, San Francisco will be on 11 Sports, while Baltimore and OKC will be on SFL Twitch. And please tune in and check us out after this game, a doubleheader. And hand off to J.W. Doyle, goes for 2 yards, and looks like Alaska's going to settle being down by 7.
Yeah, that's a smart thing to do. I mean, you go to the locker room and make the adjustments you need. I mean, they're SFL champions from last year. I think they know what kind of adjustments they need to make at halftime.
And I think they are responsible for the biggest comeback in SFL history last season, on their way to their 3rd championship, or 2 seasons ago. And that will do it. We're at halftime, everybody. Queen City has the lead 7-0 over Alaska, but it looks like they could have left points on the board. Will that come back to haunt them? We'll find out after the break But right now, this is the halftime show. And Charles, what are your thoughts in the first half?
Yeah, it's clearly a defensive battle. I mean, I was expecting more numbers on the board here, but I think the game balls for the first half go to the duo of Duffy and Hassan on the defensive line for Queen City. They've been in the backfield on almost every play. Also, you got to give credit to the secondary of Queen City as well. They shut down some pretty stellar wide receivers. They each Buck Klein and Como, respectively, have only had a handful of catches.
And with Charles Doherty, Cameron Irvine, and SFL headquarters, and Mark Lopez on stats, this is T-Roy Games. We about to start the second half. And here we go. As Alaska gets the ball in this to start the second half, and that is Robert Merrill had a nice little stutter step to give him extra yardage. Alaska will continue, get the ball first, at their own 25-yard line. And Charles, we talked about this before the break. We were shocked that Jeff Como only had one catch. You think Alaska's going to target him on this drive, get him back in the game?
Yeah, I don't think it's for a lack of trying. I just think the credit goes to Hendricks and Rains, the cornerbacks on the other side of the ball. They've blocked both Como down and Klein so far.
And right now, the running game has been basically the most positive thing for Alaska so far, who averaged 28 points per game coming into today's game. And the last time these two teams met, they scored 41, but Queen City remembers that, and they're trying to keep them from doing that in today's game. It looks like they've been super successful.
Yeah, you're looking at Cochran's QBR for the first half. It's 37.5, and he only has 56 yards passing.
And the running game's getting stuffed. Jeff Duffy, along with Tommy Smith, combined on the tackle of J.W. Doyle. This will be third down.
Yeah, it looks like they only gave Duffy half a sack. I thought he had two, but still, he's really making his name known there on the line.
With four wide receivers, one back in the backfield, it'll be 3rd and 9 for Alaska. Can they convert here? They've been cold all game. This catch is completed, but it stopped short of the first down marker. That is Robert Merrill, who's able to make the catch.
Yeah, good catch by Merrill, but even more impressive was the closing speed of Achilles Frank. I think he was the one that made that stop there. He came about 20 yards out and just nailed him there right before the marker.
The free safety, third-year vet, 6'2", 207-pounder, was able to stop Alaska there. So Queen City's defense is continuing to do a good job. We'll see if their offense can heat up and catch fire as Gilson decides to return it to Queen City's 35-yard line. And Charles, basically after the second drive by Queen City, it's been goose eggs in terms of points for both teams.
Yeah, it's been goose eggs. I mean, again, I'm scratching my head. I really thought there was going to be a little more firepower, but the defense on Alaska as well. I mean, it's getting overshadowed by the scoreboard here, but the Alaska defense is, that's nothing to shake a stick at. They're playing well too.
Yeah, they already have 2 interceptions on AJ Caswell so far in today's game. He has no backs in the backfield. He fires it just before he got hit, but unfortunately the momentum of that pass carried Gilson out of bounds, so that's an incomplete pass.
It looked like that might have been his third option, maybe his fourth option as far as progression, and that line for Alaska was able to get up there and make an impact on that play.
And we see Alaska is at number 6 on the top 6 at 6-2. You see the quarterfinals will start on October the 13th. Hopefully that team in first place stays in first place. We'll have to see. They got to get the job done, but who didn't get the job done there was number 99 Frank Champion. He did get the pat down, but he could have had a pick 6.
Yeah, he did. That was very athletic play there by Frank Champion. He showed some air on that one and was able to bat the pass down. I think that's his his third pass deflection of the game. So he's, in addition to the front line, I think he's really making his presence known there in the center of the field.
Yeah, Caswell's lucky he didn't throw his his 4th interception. He already has 3. He fires this one and it's caught, but short of the sticks. That pass is caught by the backup Elgin Villanueva, the 6'3", 212-pounder. But what that probably does is help Queen City's punter Matthews pin Alaska deeper in their own territory.
It almost looked like a mirror series from what Queen City went through on the excuse me, Alaska went through on their series. They drive a couple and then they just get slammed short of the first down.
And here's the punt by Matthews. Another good hang time on that punt. And Merrill will catch at the 20-yard line. We'll be right back. You are watching the Simulation Football League, presented by APM Music live on 11 Sports. We'll be back after this. And we're back, and we got a low-scoring affair. It's still 7-0 Queen City over Alaska, and this could potentially have a historic moment if the score stays the same. Alaska's trying to change that with J.W. Doyle 3 yards on the carry there. But if the score stays the same, Charles, this will be the lowest scoring game in SFL history. Previously, it was New York City versus San Fran. Their score was 6-3 on February 1st, 2016. And this could potentially be the new lowest scoring game in SFL history, Charles.
Well, yeah, I'm hoping I'm hoping we don't get that record broken. But the defenses are playing outstanding. It's always fun to watch two defensive play near perfect games. But I would like to see a couple more points on the board.
Well, Jeff Como's trying to do that for us here as he was successful on that outside slant for a first down. That will be his third catch of the game, or second catch of the game, I'm sorry. As we see Optimus Klein getting focused there. Could he be the receiver? Yes, he is. Finally, the inside slant works for Alaska that time as Optimus Klein makes the catch and gets closer to midfield.
Yeah, that was a great pass there by Cochran. Got it right over the defender. He was getting a little pressure up the middle, got the ball right out in time, and was able to get that ball moving. Maybe this gives a little spark to Alaska offense.
And right here at midfield, Alaska's trying to keep this from being the lowest scoring game in SFL history. No backs in the backfield, all wide receivers. Another inside pass works this time to Jeff Como. He gets 9.5. He'll be second at the Queen City 41-yard line.
Yep, looks like the entire wide receiving core did slants inside on that one. And excuse me, Como was on the outside there and was on single coverage, and Cochran got it where he needed to.
And this time be inside hand to Doyle, who moves the chains and extend this drive. Now, I know one thing about Alaska, usually in the second half, their first possession in the second half, they like to get time-consuming drives, and this potentially could be one of those.
Yeah, they're doing a good mix of pass and run, and they've thrown a couple, not conservative pass plays, but overall, though, it's been pretty balanced.
And Cochran fires it to J.W. Doyle once again. And the swing pass is successful for 6 yards. And it was stopped by Frank and Rains. Kept Doyle from getting more than 6.
Yeah, they looks like they're going to do the dink and dunk routine here in the second half, and so far it's working. They're getting some ball movement.
Yeah, Alaska's trying to take what Queen City gives them right now. It's been working for them. Another outside out route is complete. More of an outside slant to Optimus Klein, who makes another catch and another first down at Queen City's 28.
Yeah, it looks like they're heating up, T-Roy.
And the successful balance of run and pass, I'm surprised they haven't been using Minson, however, as a receiver out of backfield. He's been a great receiver out of the backfield since he joined in week 7.
Yeah, maybe they'll catch him napping and go for broke on this one.
But we got 3 wide receivers to Cochran's left as he does the play action pass, inspires inside for a first down by Mark Myers. We get to call his name for the second time in today's game.
Yeah, it was a good play by Mark Myers. He got the ball about 3 yards short of the first down and was able to use his upper body strength and lower body strength to push the defenders past the chains.
Yeah, 6'6", 260. He is a load to bring down a tall glass of water. But right now they're going to throw it to Doyle once again. Closest thing to a rub route that we see for a fullback. 5 yards on that play, and every pass to Doyle on this drive has been at least a 5-yard gain.
Yeah, I don't recall seeing any stops in the backfield. Just like that, they're in the red zone on the 13-yard line. Queen City's going to need to stop them and take command of the game again.
Yeah, the defense has been stellar so far, only giving up 0 points in the first half. And it'll be a 1-yard gain, a important third down for Alaska. Can they convert once again?
Yeah, I think if Queen City can keep them to a field goal, I mean, I'd be high-fiving it on the sidelines because Alaska was really starting to heat up there.
And then Queen City will be happy because they won't have their record broken
Right.
for the lowest score in SFL history. And we have a chance for that as the kicker, Aaron DeHue, will be coming out for this field goal attempt.
Yeah, that was a big stop by Tim Jacoby there. He one-on-one on Doyle. That's a hard man to bring down, and he was able to do it.
Could they be drawing them off sides? Right now, Joshua Paul's in the backfield, the lead blocker. And I think Queen City's smart. They've been very disciplined, as they have been all game long on defense, because Alaska's not going to snap it as they waste their first time out in the second half.
Yeah, that could come back to haunt them down the stretch.
So this time, DeHue, number 14, will come out. So far this season, he is 17 of 18, and the longest was 52, but this one will be 27, maybe 26.
Yeah, that's well within his range. I mean, it's like it's a wedge shot on the golf course.
Three minutes, 16 seconds left in this third quarter. This game has gone by fast. A defensive struggle. And we're about to get our first points of the second half by DeHue because that field goal attempt is good. 26 yards. And Alaska finally gets on the board with 3:13 left. You are watching the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music live on 11 Sports. We'll be back. And welcome back with Charles Dockery, my partner. This is T. Roy Gaines, Cameron Irvine, behind the scenes in SFL headquarters, and Mark Lopez at stats. We are watching still a defensive struggle by both teams. Queen City has a 4-point lead as Gilson takes it deep in his own territory, gets it out to the 25-yard line, and he is definitely feeling himself there after that nice return there, Charles.
Yeah, they got to answer up on this one. They can't keep Alaska in the game here. They've been letting them hang around, and now they need to really start closing some doors for Alaska.
And if they do close that door on Alaska, they'll definitely secure their playoff spot for another week. They're currently 8th in the wild card race. They definitely want to move up. And Jared Willis trying to move on up, but he gets tackled after he gets 3 yards. Great hit there by Evan Carroll. Or is it Ryan Tobin? That was Ryan Tobin. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm looking at the numbers here. It's just amazing at We don't have any touchdowns thrown by either quarterback, and four interceptions total. It's just it's like it's a Twilight Zone game.
Yeah, the lone touchdown's been uh, by the E-back, Jared Willis. He the one who scored the touchdown, but we got a touchdown right here. A pick six.
Wow.
Unless somebody can stop him, they won't. And we got a penalty. That will be a late hit, but that's a touchdown for Alaska. Alfredo Masonette with the pick six.
Yeah, Frito Masonette was all over that ball. He he waited for it. He was, you know, like we said at the beginning, in order to win this game, you're going to need to make the best of opportunities. And Alfredo Masonette definitely did that. Held onto the ball, ran it into the end zone. Basically, didn't have any blockers downfield. Did it on his own.
And Jones Branch, number 86, was the guy who committed the penalty. That will definitely hurt Queen City because Alaska will be able to. It'll be easier for them to pin them deep in their end zone because that'll penalty be assessed on the kickoff. DeHue will attempt this extra point and give Alaska a 3-point lead if he makes it. Hopefully I didn't give him the commentator's curse there. And the extra point is good. So Alaska has taken the lead thanks to Masonette's pick six and ill-advised throw from Caswell there.
Yeah, it just shows what the defense has done on both sides all day. They've been dictating the game, and at this point, I think the Alaska defense is maybe a little bit higher as far as performance in the second half, and really the pressure now is on Queen City to respond.
And DeHue will kick it off to Gilson, who takes it inside his end zone there, gets it to the 20. Oh, stop! Yep, to the 21-yard line. That's where he stopped by the special teams of the Alaska Storm. And Queen City has to respond. Their offense was able to score 7 on their second possession of this game and been held in check throughout the rest of this game. Something needs to happen. And Stephen Hacker hasn't come back, so that's definitely been a big problem for Queen City.
Yeah, I think AJ Caswell had around 200 yards at halftime and passing, and now I think it's only gained about 26 in this second half.
Well, he gets more. He's gone. It's James Matthews Jr. And he almost took it to the house, but he gets to the Alaska 22-yard line, and that will definitely get the Queen City's engine going. Nice play by James Matthews Jr., the undrafted rookie.
Yeah, nice play. I'd say that's a great play. It's what needed to happen. You know, here comes the tight end, most exciting part of the offense, I think, and he got the ball there, 265. Rambling down the field. He got a lot farther than I thought he would, but that was a great pass, great way to respond for Queen City. Now I believe they're in striking distance.
Yeah, they can at least tie it up. They're almost in the red zone. Unfortunately, number 29, Evan Carroll, was the guy who failed to tackle Matthews, and that allowed him to basically get a huge yards after the catch. 1st and 10 on Alaska's 22. And Castle fires over the middle. It's almost caught, and he got destroyed. Chris Curtis, the logo of Queen City, was the intended receiver, but he gets destroyed by Tobin there.
Yeah, he definitely got lit up. That's dangerous. I mean, we've been saying it all game. That area of the field is where all the sharks tend to swim, and you don't want to go dipping in that part of the pool.
You gotta watch out for when it gets the eye of the storm there. Let's see what Caswell does as he lives to fight another down. He fires it to the E-back, Jared Willis, who's able to break up the first tackle on the guy who scored the pick six earlier. That was Masonette, who failed to make the tackle. Willis was able to get 2 yards, make it a little bit more manageable, 3rd and 8.
Yeah, the Alaska defense, they got rattled on that previous bomb to the tight end, and looks like they're settling in here. So big 3rd down and 8 for Queen City. Let's see what they can do.
And we all know they're going to pass. Caswell drops back and fires over the middle to Matthew Jr., who converts another 3rd down for Queen City as this drive stays alive.
So far, Matthews got the nod in my book as far as offensive player of the game. He's keeping the Queen City in the game. He's making catches when he needs to. Great route running, and when he catches the ball, he doesn't go down easy.
And this has been a great drive for Queen City. They definitely want 6 here to regain the lead. We'll see what happens. 2 backs in the backfield for Caswell, but he fires it to Matthew Jr. again. And he gets it to Alaska's 2-yard line with 35 seconds left in this quarter.
Yeah, I think he could have got that in the end zone if the ball would have hit him in the right spot. Looks like he got a little off balance there and allowed the defense to adjust. But so far, he's tearing it up here in the second half. Matthews is. He's got 122 yards receiving on 8 catches.
A very valuable target for A.J. Caswell, who's making changes at the line. Will the E-back gets the ball? No, he won't. It's a pass inside the middle. Guess who makes the catch? Matthews Jr. once again. This time for 6, and Queen City regains the lead.
Well, we said they had to respond, and they definitely did on the backs of Matthew. He had a big bomb play there 5 plays ago, and he got a couple big passes there, took them into the end zone. I mean, so far he's really showing what a rookie of that size and that ability can do on the offense if you get him the ball.
And what a response by Queen City. They're still the team that is responsible for all of the offensive touchdowns. Alaska still shut out on offense touchdown-wise, but Queen City was able to get 2 scores so far.
Yeah, definitely impressive. I mean, Dior, I thought after that interception that it took the life out of Queen City, but you can't say enough about the offense being able to respond to that.
Yeah, that is a huge response. And please like the SFL on Facebook /Simulation FL. Promote to your friends and family and share your SFL glory. And if you're Facebook friends with me, you see that a lot. Even when I'm mad, you'll see that.
You wouldn't accept my friend request, so.
Oh, I will. I gotta find you on Facebook. I'm sorry, Charles.
I'm just messing with you.
As Merrill takes it at the 10, he's able to get to the 28-yard line. We'll have 5 seconds left, and Alaska, who's offensively has been cold throughout this whole game, which is a surprise since they scored 28 points per game.
Yeah, I mean, very cold. I mean, I don't know what else to say. It's definitely not a Cochran-like game, and this is what he does, though. He's a veteran. He's done it before. He's come out here and changed games around, so let's see what he can do.
5 seconds left as you look at the Alaska Storm players in the SFL on 11 Sports track. Want their defense to step it up on that previous drive, but that's it. Everybody put your fours up. Queen City has regained the lead. It's 14-10. You are watching the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music live on 11 Sports. We'll be back after this break. Tonight's Simulated Football League stream, the official live scoring app of the SFL, by Sector 6 Custom Esports Jerseys Apparel and the exclusive SFL shop provider, and by Spyco, dedicated to the craft of audio. Aerial shots brought to you by AirViews, United by Drones. Visit airviews.com to see more drone footage. And we're back. And this is a shocker. Alaska is up 10-14. It's not, unfortunately, the other prompt was wrong. The score at the bottom of the screen is correct. Alaska is up. Alaska is trailing 10-14 over Queen City. Alaska has the ball, and they're going to try to see if they can march down the field and finally put points on the board on offense, Charles.
Yep. So far, the offense hasn't shown the ability to do that.
And it's a swing pass to Myers, who makes a great catch, and Queen City is not ready for that guy. That's another catch where he was able to have room to roam afterwards and help his team out. This will be a 3rd and 1 this time.
Yeah, that out pass to the tight end there caught him by surprise. They were clearly locked in on the likes of Como and Klein.
3rd down 1, 10 minutes and 30 seconds left. And Doyle is stopped short of the 1st down. That is Alaska's 54th play on offense, while Queen City also has 54. Definitely a struggle on offense and a balanced attack, basically, but only points coming from Queen City's offense.
Yeah, that was a big stop by number 90, Hassan, there. That looks like that's his 4th tackle, but it came at the right time.
Tutu's back to punt once again. And Gilson is the returner. That punt was almost blocked. Great job by Tutu, making sure that wasn't blocked. Gilson makes the catch, lowers his head, and is able to get to the 24-yard line. And Gilson is one of many players who was able to get from couch to field. And if you're interested in joining our league, the SFL, please visit our website, simulationfl.net. Click the Discord link on the website, and then please introduce yourselves. Let us know what type of player you want to be. You'll get contacted by teams. We'll definitely get you in the league. As that pass was incomplete. Your next opportunity to join the team will be this Wednesday, as that pass was intended to the logo, Chris Curtis. And Charles, I was calling him the logo all game long, and there's a reason for that. Here's the Queen City's logo. And soon we're going to see our partner, our fellow podcast partner, Chris Curtis. That's him. And don't they look awful alike? That's Chris Curtis. The Photoshop, it's been edited, of course. But that definitely, Chris Curtis looks like the logo there, doesn't he?
A dashing young man.
Yes, he is. Very dashing young man. He likes car soccer, apparently, too. Anyway, that was an incomplete pass.
Wasn't sure if that was a sword in his hand or a whisk.
I wonder, it could have been it looks like a sword.
I think it was meant to be a sword.
I think it meant to be a sword. He's a Buccaneer, swashbuckling Buccaneer.
He is swashbuckling.
3rd and 10. No back to the backfield. We'll see if the logo will be the intended receiver on display as Caswell fires it, and it's caught not to the logo, but it's to the Week 8 signing, Chad Gilson, who makes his 2nd catch of the game. This one for a 1st down.
Yeah, that was a big play. They had to keep the drive going. He performed when he needed to. That was a great pass by Coswell. The defense did it for Queen City. And now we got to look for Queen City to keep control of the ball and not make any mistakes and lock this game down. And
they have a huge chance to basically put this game on ice. They're up by 4, but they want to get 7. 1st and 10 at their own 34. Just 9 minutes and 11 seconds left in this 4th quarter. Out route to the logo is complete. And he trucks the defender. Maybe he's tired of me calling him the logo there, Charles. But that's a 5-yard gain on that out route.
Yeah, that was a great route run by the logo. And good pass by the quarterback. And they're doing what they need to do. Maybe he could have stayed in bounds to eat up the clock, but that's just nitpicking at this point.
Yeah, and what the clock also continues to run. It's now
Oh, I thought they
8:59
stopped it.
counting. I
Sorry.
think it could be a rolling clock until 2
Yeah,
minutes.
right,
We'll
right.
see. And it's an inside pass to Gilson once again. His third reception, another third down conversion by him, and Gilson's making a huge impact.
Yeah, that was not an easy catch. He threw it. It caught right in the mosh pit and got lit up right when he caught the ball, but was able to hang on to the ball. That was definitely a pro catch there.
And that's not an easy feat. Trust me, we both face Alaska, and they are hard hitters on the defensive side. But this pass is caught by Chris Curtis, the logo. He's going to take it to the house. And Queen City extends their lead. What a play by the logo, Chris Curtis.
What a play. Yeah, the logo. He did it when he needed to. It's just looking at those Storm defenders diving left and right trying to bring him down. I didn't get the name of it, but the first person that tried to wrap his arms around, not so much. He just fought through. The logo fought through and just took it to the house.
And what didn't hurt Curtis getting to the house was one of those defenders, actually one of his own teammates, was the ref. The ref got in the way of Alaska, keeping them from tackling him right away. He was able to take it to the house for 6. And here's the extra point by the new rookie. Casey was able to get it through, and Queen City has to extend their lead to 11. We'll be right back. This is the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music live on 11 Sports. We're back in the last 2 drives by Queen City, a 6-play, 76-yard touchdown drive and a 6-play, 79-yard touchdown drive helps Queen City extends their lead to 11. It's now 21-10. As you look at the chat, giving props to Chris Curtis, the logo, after he makes that catch, but Robert Merrill was able to take it to the 33-yard line. That's where Alaska will continue this fourth quarter. Hopefully, for them, get points on the board.
Yeah, they need to. Queen City, they started off a little slow in the second half, and they're really catching fire on the offensive side. So when you have both sides of the ball playing like they're playing now, it's going to be tough for Alaska.
Alaska's previous possession was 4 plays for 9 yards, and they had to punt, unfortunately. They're trying to change that now with that nice little shotgun or sidearm pass that is complete for a gain of 3. Pass is caught by number 89, Jose Galliano.
Yeah, I think they'll give him 3 yards as much as possible. What they don't want to have happen is to find Como or or Optimus open down the field.
Which they are capable of doing, as we all know here in this league. They're 3-time champs for a reason, because they can make big plays. But guess who's making an impact? That's Myers once again. He's definitely been targeted a lot in today's game, and Queen City hasn't been expecting it.
Yeah, I guess you can't cover everyone. So, when you got their 1 and 2 receiver locked down, guys like number 47 out there need to step up, and he has every time the ball's been thrown to him.
But one thing I'm shocked that I haven't seen E.J. Minson getting the ball more, but right now he's the blocker, but it doesn't matter because J.W. Doyle gets tackled from behind. Nice closing speed by Avery King, the inside linebacker.
Yeah, nice closing speed by not only King, but a couple other guys there in the secondary. They just blew up that line, and there's no way they allowed that to develop.
Yeah, Queen City definitely has some momentum on their side. You can see it. They are on fire. They are ready to jump as soon as that ball is hiked and try to stop Cochran here on this 2nd and 13. But he's able to fire off quickly, and guess who makes the catch once again? It is Myers, making a huge impact and making this a more manageable 3rd and 5.
Yeah, so far it's been death by Myers in the second half. I mean, they're giving him a cushion, a 5-yard cushion, and he's catching it every time. But on this 3rd and 5, let's see if they get a little more stingy.
Cochran's going to drop back and fires right away to Klein, who makes the catch, but he's short of the first down marker. And Charles, I don't know, I think Max Paul should challenge this.
Yeah, that was, it looked like the only thing behind the line was his knees and ankles. Everything else was past the marker there.
And he's decided to challenge it, wearing that nice red T-shirt with the Alaska Storm logo. Challenging to spot the ball. And speaking of nice SFL merchandise, please visit Sector 6. You can get your own Alaska Storm T-shirt there, as you see Max Paul wearing maybe an Eric Barkley shirt.
I take it back. Only his pinky toe was behind the line.
After review, the call on the field was overturned.
Oh, they gave it to him.
Not be charged with a timeout. First down.
And that is big because Alaska keeps their 2 timeouts. If they would have missed that, they would have been down to 1, Charles.
Yeah, I think that was a good ruling. He was clearly past the marker.
Hey, pinky toe is all you need to get that first down. Great job by Optimus Klein. Split backs to the backfield, 1st and 10 on Queen City's 45-yard line. Alaska has to score to cut into this lead. That passes to Doyle. And as for 2 yards, and if you haven't noticed, Minson's been all alone over those past couple of plays where Doyle was the intended receiver.
Yeah, you're right. He has been alone, but Queen City has shown a lot of closing speed tonight. So, he may be there open for a second, but not much longer.
That is definitely true. As Minson is not in the field, but that is to Myers again. Myers has been the Corsair killer this game. That's another 3rd down conversion by him.
Yeah, we've said it a couple times this game. Playoff teams have guys step up. When Klein is locked down and Como are locked down, guys like the number 2, number 3 tight end, when they get thrown to, they got to catch the ball.
The only problem is 5 minutes and 18 seconds left. They got to hurry up, get another possession for games in, and that didn't help. It looked like the defender, Duffy, was going to fall, but he's able to maintain his balance and get the sack on Ron Cochran there.
Yeah, it looks like that's his 2nd and a half sack. It started on both sides of the ball, really. I mean, it looks like both Hassan and Duffy were making an impact out there and caused Cochran to move around, and that entire play broke down.
And that was his 12th sack of the season, 12 and a half. Inside pass. What a sliding catch. And he'll be 3rd and 9 thanks to Galliano, who makes the catch. Cochran fires at the Galliano again. He got to the 23-yard line, and Alaska has a decision to make because they're down by 11 with 4:25 left. Bo 5 makes his first tackle of his SFL career.
Bo 5, congratulations. Yeah, he showed some speed closing on that one.
And that was a very important tackle, making it 4th and 1, basically forcing Alaska to settle for a field goal by DeHue. This will be a 30-yard attempt. Sorry, 40-yard attempt, not 30. And it's good. So they are now down by 8 after that field goal, Charles.
Yeah, they're still hanging around. It's Queen City, when they get the ball back, now they need to start thinking about taking some seconds off the clock.
And looks like Alaska is going for the onside kick.
Wow.
It could be
That's
kind of
gutsy.
early. Yeah, it is real gutsy. We'll see if they can get it. Yes, actually Queen City got it. I'm trying to see who got the onside kick. And I couldn't make out the number. I'm sorry about that, young man, but great job. You helped Queen City out because now they got a chance to force Alaska to burn those 2 timeouts and melt some clock off.
Yep, and they're in great field position.
8-point lead, 4 minutes and 6 seconds left. Queen City's looking to pull out the upset over Alaska, getting revenge for their loss earlier this season. Hand off to the E-back Willis, but he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. And unfortunately for both running backs, they're averaging 2 yards per carry, but Willis got the touchdown.
Yep, he got one touchdown out there, and they're giving it to him. But the defensive line for both teams they haven't been letting anything past the line.
If anything, it's been the secondary, unfortunately, of Alaska that's been letting the receivers make big plays for Queen City, whereas the tight end Matthew Jr. or Chris Curtis, the logo, they've been hurting Alaska's secondary throughout this whole second half. This will be another handoff to Willis, who has a chance to bust it loose. He only has one man to beat, and he gets tackled at the 9-yard line. Alaska maybe getting a taste of their own medicine as Queen City wants to add some more points on the board.
Yeah, that was that was a big time run there by by Queen City there. They needed that move. Now they're down in field goal position, and I think the pendulum is fully swung back in their direction. I know they're up by 8, but you can't give any room to Alaska, and they did what they needed to do, and they pretty much closed the door on that run.
And Tobin was the guy who makes the tackle, but then after Willis was able to do some damage, that definitely will improve his yards per carry average after that huge run. First and goal at Alaska's 9-yard line. See what Caswell does here. He's going to step back and fires over the middle. It's caught for another touchdown. And guess who? It's the logo once again. Chris Curtis is able to get 6 with an inside slant.
I can't see because the logo's flat over the logo, but that was a great route there. Great combination between Caswell and the logo. Caswell's quickly coming up on 400 yards passing. I mean, he did have a couple interceptions there. I think he won it once back, but wow, he's having a pretty decent game here in the second half. Right when he needed to.
Casey will be attempting the extra point, and it's good. And that was a 3-play drive for 43 yards and a 9-yard touchdown pass to the logo, Chris Curtis.
It all started off by that onside kick attempt that didn't work for Alaska, gave Queen City great position, and they were able to capitalize.
And here comes Casey again. This time he's going to kick it off to Robert Merrill, and Alaska's definitely behind the 8 ball here. They're going to need to score a lot of touchdowns with 2 minutes and 38 seconds left. But that was a decent return by Merrill, who had to actually leave his feet to get more yards. He takes it to Alaska's 29-yard line. And looks like Queen City able to secure their spot in the playoffs. I know we got a couple more weeks left. The playoffs start next month on the 13th of October. But Queen City definitely helped their chances to move up, potentially to get to the top 6.
Yeah, I think there are a couple people at the top of the leaderboard that are going to be pretty happy at the outcome of this game.
Yes, they will. And remember, the Alaska's 4-game winning streak actually started against this Queen City Corsairs team earlier on August the 12th. And that's another first down for Alaska as they go in for the hurry-up offense with 2 minutes left, almost at the 2-minute warning, 2:10 left. Cochran fires over the middle, and that's almost that could have been ball game there. 2:06 left in the game, but Shields with the pat down.
Wow, yeah, that would have been ball game.
Well, in the game that started off as a defensive struggle, definitely heated up in the second half.
That's amazing. It's amazing how many points they scored in the second half.
Right. I thought it was going to be maybe a 10-7 game, but we got 28-13 Queen City. I know the Corsairs fans and players are definitely happy from this result here. And we got a pass to Klein, who falls before he gets out of bounds. That's a 2-minute warning. Alaska got some work to do. You're watching the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music live on 11 Sports. We'll be back after this break. We got 2 minutes left. Alaska needs to play hurry up in a big way. They have to score 6 on this drive to even have a chance to come back and win it. Cochran has plenty of time and fires it to Galliano once again for another first down, and they are playing hurry up. Cochran fires it again. This time outside slants. Caught by Jeff Como. Como to stop Queen City. Alaska has cut into their lead there. What a play by Jeff Como. I know Alaska's going to be going for 2 after this.
Wow. Welcome, Jeff Como. It's great to see you. What a great catch there. And this is definitely becoming a very interesting game.
So it took basically to the minute 41 mark of the fourth quarter for
That's
the
his
offense
second
of Alaska.
reception. I believe that's his second reception in the game.
And it's a big one. This extra point will actually make it an 8-point deficit. They decided to go for 1 instead of 2. The heel will be making the extra point attempt, and it's good. And this definitely concerns the Queen City fans. Is basically crickets out here right now.
Yeah, that was a very very big response by Alaska on that one. They need to have all the chips fall on this one in the right way in order to pull this off. And the odds don't look good on onside kicks, but this is the SFL. Anything can happen.
And that was a 6-play, 71-yard drive. But that onside kick was recorded by Queen City. And it looks like it'll be their job to melt the clock here. We might be seeing the E back getting a lot of carries to put this game away.
Yeah, definitely. I would not pass at all. I would just keep running it up the middle, even if you have to punt it back.
Even though Chris Kerr's been on fire. Uh-oh, they are going to pass it. They living dangerously right now. They definitely want revenge in their mind after what they suffered against Alaska. But, ooh, there's a big risk and big reward to that.
Ooh.
And the risk is you get hit by Big Sexy. But that was an incomplete pass, not a sack.
Yeah, I mean, you can get a play like that, especially when you have control of the line like that and everybody covered. You can easily get a pick 6.
As you see, Matthew Jr. with 124 yards receiving in today's game. And we was talking over the break while Curtis may have the numbers. You definitely love Matthew's impact in today's game.
Yeah,
as you see, go ahead, Charles.
No, please.
Well, Willis gets the carry and he takes it to the 35-yard line, be 3rd and 6.
Yeah, they've shown the tendency to pass. I would definitely advise against it. Run. Even if you got to get the ball back to Alaska, I know that's dangerous, but you got to think they have to score and do a 2-point conversion. So,
but they're gonna pass, and this falls incomplete. That'll leave Alaska with 1 timeout. So Alaska's defense has to step up to the challenge and make a play right here. Pass is intended to Matthews Jr., who just effectively put this game away.
Well, they know a heck of a lot more than I do. I'm not making calls like that, but man, if I was a coach on that, I'd be pretty nervous right before the snap. That was a gutsy call. It was a great route run by Matthew, and right now he's got my vote for player of the game.
And remember, we got 2 more games coming up at the 9:30 slot Eastern time on 11 Sports. Is Seattle versus San Francisco on Twitch. SFL Twitch is Baltimore versus OKC. I got to travel to Oklahoma after this. I need a red-eye flight, quick, fast, in a hurry.
Don't forget your helmet.
Yeah, I cannot forget my helmet, unlike some dude in Buffalo wearing 34. And Caswell has passed for over 400 yards in today's game after that last completion there, as Queen City will move to 5-3 after that game, after today's win.
Yeah, I think they're at a 2-game winning streak, so they got to keep adding to that.
So they are 5-3. Chicago is currently ahead of them. So is Alaska, the team. And with today's loss by Alaska, they will fall to 7th place with 6-3 record, as the commission thankfully give us the heads up there And what a ball game.
Yeah, what a ball game. Started out slow, and then somebody opened the box, and there were explosions left and right.
Yes, this has been a great
Wow.
game. What a win by Queen City, who stays stays in the top 10 of the playoff race. Moves to 4-3. Alaska falls to 6 and Queen City moves to 5-3. Alaska falls to 6-3. And Queen City got paybacks. They live dangerously. As you see, the week 9 signing Casey, who made an impact as well with his extra points. And Charles, what are your closing thoughts for today's game?
Wow, this was a crazy game. It's like night and day. The first 3 quarters versus the last quarter. I mean, it was all defense. Then Queen City just opened it up, and I think that the player of the game should be Matthew. I think maybe his numbers don't match up against Curtis and Caswell, but he did what he needed to do at the right time, and he kept the Queen City on top. He kept the momentum on the backs of Queen City. If you didn't have a guy like that making those plays at that time, we might have had a different score.
And we noticed earlier, I see Masonette take this to the house for a pick 6, Alaska's first touchdown of the game, that Alaska definitely went to Doyle, who's a very good back, but they didn't go to Minson, and Minson was wide open a lot of times on those passes to Doyle, and I think that definitely hurt Alaska, focusing on Doyle but forgetting about Minson there.
Yeah, I'd agree with that, but you also have to give credit to the Queen City secondary. I mean, granted, Alaska was able to put some points up there at the end, but Raines and Hendricks and Bofi and Frank and Sakaro, they really did a number on the Alaska receiving corps. They pretty much shut them down for 3 quarters.
And great job by Phi, the week 9 signing, able to make that tackle on Galliano, putting an end to Alaska's drive. That basically helped make sure that Alaska didn't score a touchdown. And even though, like I said, you see that score there, that score is incorrect. It's actually 20-28. Queen City with the win, and that was a huge play after the onside kick. Jared Willis with that huge gain.
I mean, I think he was averaging 2.1 on a carry, and then all of a sudden he blew up on that play, and he did it right at the right time. I mean, that's like we said at the beginning of the game. That's what playoff caliber teams do. The people step up when they need to. People get injured. We had a couple injuries on Queen City. Guys came in there. They did what they needed to do to win the game.
And I think that's what makes this one even more satisfying for Queen City. They lost 2 star players. Stephen Hacker was one of them. And their offense was able to still thrive against this Alaska scoring defense. And here's your player of the game. It's the logo! Chris Curtis! 6 receptions for 132 yards, 2 TDs, averaging 22 yards per catch. Congratulations, my fellow partner. With Charles Darkady, this is T-Roy Gaines signing off. Thank you for tuning in to tonight's Simulation Football League broadcast on 11 Sports. Please stay tuned. We got more action coming your way. Have a great one, everybody.
Good night.